chat was right about shooters, man. This is dreadful. The San Antonio Spurs are the only team in the NBA in the bottom 5 of open and wide open 3-point percentage. That's terrible. That's terrible. 26th and wide open, 29th and open. They shoot 31.6 and 36.9%. That is dreadful. We definitely need some better shooters. We just need a better bench. We need to back Chip. No. You talking about Chip England? No, don't worry about that. No. Look what we did without Chip England. Don't worry about that. Look at this percentage. 24, 25 to 27. The only reason Sohan was a 9th overall pick was his shooting. That's what made him go down. If he could shoot, he would have been a higher pick. Yeah, no. Also, 78% free throw percentage. They learned a lot from Chip England, and I think it just carried over. And the new guy we have, we did a video on him. Who's the new shooting coach for the Spurs, guys? Sohan talks about him all the time. Jimmy Barron. That's it. Jimmy Barron. This guy on LinkedIn. He's a father, husband, and a basketball. He's great though. Jimmy Barron. He really helped Sohan with his shooting. So no, yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Honestly, with these, the funny thing about it is, I mean, I would have to go and look, but like the ones that's causing this aren't guys that we necessarily developed, right? I don't think. I mean, I never expect Trey Jones to be like a really good shooter. He just won't be. While recently he's been shooting better though. Since the Bucks game, he's been shooting much better. I think he really took that to heart. But Sohan's been better. And that was the biggest question mark with Sohan. Vassell's fine. He's a fine shooter. I feel like he's gotten better over time. It's just our bench just isn't that good. I mean, what do we need Chip England for when it pertains to Osman, right? Like Osman hasn't been that great. Or when it comes to Doug McDermott, which Doug McDermott's been fine, but like these are vets that can shoot. Wemby will bring it down too. Yeah, because Wemby's 3-point shooting is, you're right, Vane, because Wemby's 3-point shooting has been open too. A lot of it is open. It's rarely contested. So yeah, he will be bringing it down. And then Zach Collins starting at the beginning of the season, it was really bad. Actually, hold on. Once again, I don't want to just say something and I'm wrong about it. Let's see. My vibe is Zach Collins became a better shooter once he came off the bench. That's just my vibe. Let's see. Well, this month, January, he's shooting 18%. So before that, he was shooting 38%. Let's see what he was doing in November. November was 33%, and he started off the season 11%. So it did get better, but this month is back down again. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with him. I don't know. People bring up Topic a lot, and guys, I'm not that high on Topic. I'm not that high on Collier. I feel like they don't have a lot of fluidity in their movements. Scares me a little bit. Seems a lot like really downhill. Now Topic can take off after a screen. After pick and roll, he can just take off. But I don't really see what other people are seeing when it comes to Topic. I'm not that high on him. That could change closer to the draft. We'll see. Right now, there's many other players I would take ahead of him. There's players that I've seen that is doing what he's doing, and they're potentially going to be second-round picks. There's another guy that's in France that looked very similar to Topic. Was it France? I think it's France. That I was looking at. I can't remember his name. But he looked very similar to Topic, and he's probably going to be a second rounder. Yeah. I'm fine with that too. I bring up Buzelis all the time, but people always bring up the others. It's fine. Anyways, back to this tweet thread. Yeah, that's horrendous. Let's see. Bottom. Oh wait, he has the pick. Oh, he has them right here. Okay, Josh Paredes has it right here. Okay, bottom 5 overall 3-point shooters, minimum 11 games. Okay, 11 minutes per game. Trey Jones, which not surprised. Wemby, we're not surprised. Collins, Branham, John. Okay, all right. Okay, now actually looking at this, I'm not as discouraged as I was before. Okay, so first and foremost, none of us expected Trey Jones to be a good shooter, right? Like, he's not. He's never been a great shooter. I don't think he will be. That's just me. So I expected nothing less than this, okay? Nothing better than this, to be real with you. I expected in the 20s. Wemby, he's still coming into his own. We already knew. We kind of expected this as well, that, coming from France, that, he wasn't a great 3-point shooter. So that was going to happen. Collins is one I didn't expect. I don't like that. I'm discouraged by Collins. I truly am. He should. I thought he would be shooting better than this. Moving on. Branham, though. So Branham isn't a spot up 3-point shooter. And I feel like that's what he's resorted to, or that's what we resorted to with him. Because his game is basically predicated off the pick and roll. He's never been like a pull-up 3-point threat. He's not really a great catch and shooter. He's more of a he can shoot them on occasion, but he's more of a mid-range. He's a 3-level scorer for the most part, but he's good at getting to the rim. He's good at mid-range shots, and he's good in pick and roll. And that's not necessarily how we've been using him. And he's had to resort to being a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, which, with that idea, it's kind of like, well, heck, this isn't the type of player he is, but he has to fit this role based on, having Wemby and how this team's operated. Because Wemby isn't really a pick and roll. Like, he's just not a pick and roll player. And it would probably be great if we still had Jakob or something like that. Anyways, so him being his open shots, a lot of times is catch and shoot, and he's not that type of player. And then Johnson, he's always been streaky, right? He's always been streaky forever. Well, hold on. Somebody said, well, Chip England. Well, just Chip. What you mean? Chip England was here when he didn't improve Johnson's shooting. Johnson's always streaky. Some guys are just going to be streaky, guys. Some guys are just never going to be really great 3-point shooters, and some guys are just going to be streaky. There's a certain level of talent sometimes that separates it a little bit. Johnson's just streaky. I'm not that discouraged knowing our bottom 5, though. Now that I know this, I feel a little bit better about it. Branham needs to come off a screen and shoot it. His shot release is kind of low and in front. Yeah. He's also one of those players that his release is pretty quick. So even for like certain players, it wouldn't be open, but for him, it's open. I don't know. I'm not discouraged with Branham himself. I'm just wondering, does he fit with the team, and is this going to be like a future thing? I think Branham is going to have a fine career in the NBA. I just don't know if he fits with the Wemby era, because right now I'm just like, who fits, right? Jones fits, Sohan fits, Vassell fits, Keldon can fit, That's all. For me, no. Wait, which part? What are we talking about? Keldon, no? Oh, fits. If he fits. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like me personally. I don't like Keldon Johnson's play style. I hate it, dude. I hate it. And it worries me because you go against better teams, and if it's not there, if they're not allowing you to get into the paint, he's just kind of there. He's just roaming. He just needs a better team. He needs to be on a better team, a team that can utilize his talents. He needs the Derek White treatment right now. But nah, I shouldn't compare. I didn't mean to compare it like that. Because Derek White, if he's not shooting, there's still a reason to keep him on the floor. If Keldon Johnson will be fine if he's coming off the bench for a team, and he's surrounded by defenders, he'll be fine. Just with this team, it really stands out how bad it is. And also, I hate that people don't contextualize Keldon Johnson doing well with his last season. It's like, oh my gosh, guys, like, come on, pay attention to what's going on. It's just like how when people bring up Dejounte Murray and they bring up his stats, like, well, he averaged this amount of assists with the Spurs. They were dump off passes. A lot of them were dump off passes. They weren't advanced reads. They're usually the first read. It wasn't. No. Well, when he's with Wemby, he'll set up Wemby. No, he won't actually. He's not that advanced of a passer. He's actually not going to be better. I would take Trey Jones passing over Dejounte Murray's passing. Just stop it. Keldon needs a second star. Like 2 stars on his team, and I just think Keldon needs to be surrounded by defenders. Facts. Which part? Dejounte Murray? Dejounte Murray he's not gonna make you better, dude. He's taking shots. He's taking shots away from Trae Young at this point. A lot of times he just take it upon himself. I was talking to Switch about this. I never feel like they play together at all. They never play together. It's like Trae Young, do your thing. DJ, do your thing. Trae Young, do your thing. DJ, do your thing. DJ can't adjust to having a star. And if he go against like Trae Young, you think he's not gonna deter to win? You kidding me? You think he's gonna defer? I said deter. You think he's gonna defer to Wemby? He's not gonna defer to Wemby. Get out of here. Clan will be a Grizzlies fan if DJ ever comes back. Dude, I would lose my mind. I would be so disappointed in our franchise because I truly would think that it's a big mistake. I would truly think it's a big mistake. That's all. It, like, bias aside, I truly do believe he's not a cultural fit, all that good stuff. I truly do believe if the Spurs brought DJ for basketball reasons, it would be a huge mistake. It would be one of those moments where I have to sit back and genuinely be baffled by my franchise. Like, I would sit back and say, what are you doing? What are you thinking here? That he doesn't fit. If you actually pay attention and watch him, he's not as good as people think he is at times. He's just not. He oftentimes, to get open, he really needs to pick and roll. He dumps it off to the closest person to him. He doesn't make advanced read. He can't make skip passes. I mean, Spurs fans talk about how much they hate the DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge era. Well, he's a mid-range scorer. Like, that's what he is. And then on the court, he can be pretty selfish. There's been times where he doesn't have that, like, that point guard mentality where, like, you notice with Trey Jones, he feeds the hot hand. Even Sohan attempts to do it, as well. But you feed the hot hand, right? You kind of see where this game is going, who's getting high, whatever. You can have a player on the team that's very high, and Dejounte Murray will still take the shot. Like, he does that a lot. He did it with the Spurs all the time. We would have Lonnie Walker get hot near the end, and then he would still take the shot, no matter what. Or he would take the last few shots. He did it with Derek White, too. And to me, that's just not an efficient way. Yeah, you might win a couple games here and there, but that's not an efficient way to run your team, right? It doesn't build confidence in your teammates. It's just not a point guard thing. So Trae Young turns the Spurs around, no doubt. Trae Young would be incredible. That at that point, it's just a question of what are we giving up, and is it possible for us to get a third team involved so we don't give up too much? So it looks like a steal for us, you know. That's the only thing I would be worried about, because I still want us to be a charge of our future. I don't want to go all in to the point where we don't have any draft picks left. That would be insane. You don't want to do that, because then you have Trae Young and nobody. Trae Young, Sohan, Fasel, and Wemby aren't going to take you to a championship. You're going to need more. But, I mean, maybe it come in free agents. But that just feels like a very, like, win-now move if you were to give up everything for Trae Jones. I don't know why we got on this topic. Anyways, Spurs, wide-open shots suck. That's terrible. We definitely need a better bench. But then when I see the bottom three, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense for them to be that low. Except Collins. Collins need to do better.